Vicky with you, and today it's time for a Take5art 5 challenge. I didn't do the month of November. I was super busy with work and everything. The month of November. Now we're going into the month of December. I can't believe we're December already. It's pretty crazy, but it's a good thing. I'm looking forward to 2020 being over, as I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. So it's Sylvia's turn to choose the prompts, and Take 5 is basically a group of 12 ladies, and we each alternate in having a month to choose some prompts, and we choose 5 prompts, and then everybody takes turn of making something out of those 5 prompts, and it's really fun because it all looks very different. And I've always loved this group of ladies, and I was really sad that last month I didn't participate, and so I need to go back and do that, but I haven't yet. Meanwhile, like I said, it's Sylvia's turn, and she chose the 5 following prompts: seasoned napkin, poem you love, black and white picture, an element of nature, and wool. So I've got an idea in my head. I'm not sure it's gonna work. So right now we're going to be doing the black and white picture and using an element of nature. So I went and took a piece of my cedar tree, and I've got these little tiles, and I'm going to make something with it for the black and white picture. So I'm going to use some black gesso, and like I said, I don't know if this idea is going to work. It would help if I was able to actually open up the gesso. Oh my god, that's what happens when it's been closed for so long. It just doesn't want to open, even though I put some saran wrap. Okay, come on. I'm never gonna get this thing open. Okay, I'm gonna go and have to get my husband to open it, and I'll be back. Okay, so finally got it open. My son, my 23-year-old son, was trying his artist, and then finally my husband got it open, and he was really proud that he managed to get it open. I think this time around, instead of putting the plastic wrap, I'm just gonna wipe down the sides before closing it, and hopefully not get this big mess of a thing. So I'm hoping that this is gonna work and that you can actually see kind of the shape of the cedar tree through the white that's going to be left. It doesn't work the way I want, I'll do it the opposite way, which is with the black paint on top of the cedar, and then trying to put that on top of a white cardstock so that it does it that way. But I'm hoping that this actually works. Let's try using a little makeup brush instead, so I can get into the nooks and crannies. I just want a little bit of a shape. Okay, so that clearly did not work. So let me go and get another piece of white cardstock and try it the other way around. And hopefully this will be a success and not a hot mess. Okay, so try number 2. And hopefully this one will be a better success. Sometimes you try out things and they don't work out, and other times they do. That's the fun part of art, is you never know how it's gonna turn out. I've got a feeling that this way might be a better way. I didn't think my way through when I did it originally, so hopefully this will give like kind of a jelly print effect. We shall see. And just drop it off like that, and let's press it down. These, by the way, if you're wondering what they are, they're from labels, shipping labels of UPS, the backings. Somebody kept them for me when I was working. Okay, so not the best either. Let's try. I don't understand why it won't leave a better print. This is kind of a fun look though. So it doesn't do what I was hoping. But we'll go with it. So that was my use of a nature element and my use of the black and white picture, so you see what it's black and white picture. It doesn't look much like a picture, but it's gonna have to do because that's what it's gonna be. So I will see you guys later. I will finish this mess and then we'll go with the other parts of this challenge. Okay, so I'm back for the rest of this, well, some of it. So I stitched together an envelope and I want to make a little booklet for memo pad. That's what I'm thinking, and I'm going to use this napkin on top, but I want to do something for the rest. And I'm thinking of doing, so this would be like this, but I need to have the rest of it covered somehow because otherwise it's gonna look strange. And it's the wrong green that I chose. Which one would be closer? I think maybe this one. So I chose some red, some gold, and some red, some gold, and some green. And I thought I could do a paper, painty paper technique. And I would use the top of the napkin here for the front cover. Now, I just realized that I cut my napkin and that I don't have the top proper. So let's try this again. And hopefully this time I have a proper top, because I'd like to put the whole image like that, like so. Now, for this part, I'm going to be painting it white, but for this part, it's probably going to be the green, and maybe I should put a mark. I used to have pencils here. To go here. So we'll do just a slab of, or maybe gold would be better. Actually, I want to start with the white to cover this up because the napkin is not going to be covered if I don't put some sort of something. It's not going to cover the writing. Usually I don't mind because I do the painty paper technique on top of everything, but now I won't. So I really don't want to see purple writing or purple top here showing behind what I'm doing. Glub here. By the way, I had some people comment on my shirt. It's not a shirt, it's an actual apron. It's an Halloween apron, and I love it, and I've been wearing it for many years, but you guys haven't necessarily seen me work in the garage for a little while, which is probably why, if you're making the comment, you don't know about that shirt. I think I'm going to put the gold at the end. Let's do the inside first. And actually, I shouldn't have put my white paint away. I'm going to need it again because it's not going to cover, it didn't cover everything. Okay, anyway, let's do this thing. So usually, because we've got brown, I'm having trouble talking. Because we've got green and we've got red, I'm going to dry it between, because I don't want to have a brown, I don't want it to end up brown. And that's pretty much what it would look like if I didn't do anything about it. So I want the green and the red to show separate. So we're gonna dry it in between. Usually I just go for it, but I'm not gonna do so this time around because of that. So I'm gonna do the inside first, and then we'll work on the outside afterwards. And those are not necessarily colors I would use, but I'm trying to use colors that would go with the napkin. And once we finish, usually the painty paper technique, it looks good. It looks like a hot mess at the beginning, but once you've put all the layers, usually it turns out pretty good. So that's the red. And then we're going to go with the gold. Add some gold. It looks like a paste almost. It's pretty cool. Haven't used this gold in a long time. Whoops. Some red was not dried. Gives a nice sheen to everything. And it does look Christmassy, so that's pretty cool. Usually I wouldn't dry between all the different layers, but like I said, I really want to get this done faster rather than later. I don't want to be spending a lot of time doing this. Now I'm trying to figure out, because I usually like to use some matte. I think I'm going to use this one for the stamping. Kind of like this pattern for Christmas. I don't know, feels Christmassy. Okay, so put that, and then have some text, a text stamp. I have no idea where I got it, and as you can see, I'm not even using a block for it, and it's actually upside down, but doesn't really matter because it's not text that you can actually read. Okay, so we've got that done. Then what I usually do is put some white on top. So we're going to do that now. I just think it brings the whole thing together. That's my opinion anyway. Kind of unifies it. And my brush is, my makeup sponge is disgusting, so let's remove a chunk of it. Maybe it's gonna work better. Yep. So see, it unifies the whole design and brings it together. Instead of just looking like a hot mess. At least that's my opinion, but this is a fun thing to do, and you do you, I do me. Like, you do it the way you want. No judgment on my part. I just think it makes it fun, and I think it really adds that extra touch, which makes, like, kind of finalize it. So now you can't see really the writing on the envelope anymore. It's really cool. Because don't forget that this started off being this. So I think it's really cool. But like I said, that's me. That's my opinion. It's, you do what you feel is best for you. Now we're gonna do this portion of it, and we're not gonna touch that portion, or try to limit our touching of it. I want to hide that purple. I'm running out of, I was looking all over for envelopes that are this size. I don't have a lot anymore. I had a ton at one point and had to purge some stuff, so I kept the bigger size, but I didn't keep the smaller size, and now I'm out of the smaller size because of the fact that we're working from home. I haven't been at work, so obviously my endless supply of envelopes, which I used to think was really endless, well, it's pretty much out. So it's a good thing I kept the other size envelope, but now I wish I had kept more of this size. I needed room for other things. At one point you need to make room. You can't keep everything. Okay, so red is finished. I think it's going to look very pretty. I hope so anyway. Just realized that this is a bit thick. It's not drying properly because it's so thick. Okay, so now with the gold, and with the gold we're gonna do this side as well. Let me put some gold here. I might put some red paint around the edge afterwards, just because there's some red here and I don't want it to look like an accident. It'd be good if it looked tied together. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Once this is finished, or use a red marker. I bought myself a red Sharpie marker, so that might be the good idea to use that instead of paint. Better control over what I'm doing. So I'm not sure that it's gonna get the best of controls otherwise. So finish with that one. That was really a kind of cool pattern. And some of this. I'm so glad I'm doing this because I'm back to my roots. This is something I love doing, painty papers. I haven't been doing them in a while, so it really makes it fun, for me at least. I know that a lot of people like the card making and are finding my channel through card making, but I used to do a lot of mixed media. I just haven't been doing much videos recently, just because it's pretty crazy life. And I think that's going to be it for that. I'm going to use the rest of this white paint to cover this better. Cover, kind of camouflage the red mark. so that it doesn't show underneath the napkin. So my favorite decoupage medium was actually Liquitex gloss medium and varnish, and that was my go-to, and I just haven't been using it much because of the fact that I haven't been doing much mixed media at all. But that's my go-to thing, so that's what I'm gonna use to put this on, and it's gonna go just like that, and I think it's gonna be super pretty, hopefully. Okay, now there's a big goop because of the fact that I haven't used it in so long. Let's remove that first. Whoops, dropped it in instead of removing it. Oh well. So just spread this over this. You could use gloss Mod Podge, some decoupage. There's some other type of gel, matte gel. I think that would work on this as well. Now I'm just going to cover this up with that to make sure that it's adhered to the envelope and it's not going to go anywhere. It's also going to give it this a nice glossy finish, which is kind of neat. It almost feels like leather. Two things when you put it on. Okay, now you see the FedEx on this, but honestly, like, I think it kind of makes it fun that you see the original, where what it actually was originally. Okay, and just gonna remove the excess of the napkin. Actually, I'm gonna let this dry and I'm gonna remove the excess of the napkin, and then I'll bring you guys along for the next portion of this video, which actually will be inside the house and not here. So see you soon. Oh, so I'm back. I finished. It looks, I'm really happy with how it looks. I've added a little hook here so that I can put a little pen because I want to put post-its here. And so, and I found these here, which are actually tags for gifts, but they're black and white, and I thought it would be very pretty to put in there, to put on there. And I'm thinking I want to use this one. So I don't have a favorite poem, because that was part of the things. It was seasoned napkin, a poem you love, black and white picture, an element of nature, and wool. So I don't have a favorite poem, so I went online and I tried to find something that would be short and would be cool for this. And I found one from Sri Chinmoy, and it says, "Wherever you go, carry happiness with you." So I figured this little image of the little horse and might be, horse and sleigh might be a cool image for this. And I could put it right there, and this is gonna go like that, and I'm gonna put my poem beside it. That's the goal. So I practice handwriting the little poem so that possibly it would look kind of good. I'm hoping it turns out nice. So here we go. Like I said, I don't really like using my handwriting usually, so it's very discreet because of the colors, but that's fine. I like it better that way. And I can always go over it with the bigger tip afterwards. So that's the poem. I wonder if I can make this a little bigger. This was not my plan originally, but you go with the flow. Okay, so that's that. I'm wondering if I could put some silver on top to make it shiny. And make it more Christmassy. Okay, so here we go. So it makes it a little bit shiny. And this is going to go right over here. And then we're going to have a closure. So for the closure, I'm thinking of using these brads. Not brads, eyelets. Okay, so just take my ruler and measure so that I know where to put it. So this is 2.5, so 2.25. Yeah. And 2.25, and I'm going to use my crocodile Do that. And do that. I'm going to put this in here. Do the same thing here. And I don't have any wool, so I decided that I was going to use this, which is, you know, like if you're knitting, it's yarn, but it's not wool. But like I said, I don't have any wool per se, so this is gonna have to do. And I'm wondering how I can make this a little bit more substantial. Because I find that it's very thin. I don't want my closure to be so thin. Okay, so how about, can I do this? Will this work? I'm gonna push my fiber through. Whoops. Why did I do that? That wasn't my brightest move. So here, got one. I'm gonna do another one for the back and try to do about the same length. Put this through. And here we go. Oops. So we've got a little closure for this, which I think is fun. And then we'll finish this off by putting this here. Put some double-sided tape, and it could always be pulled off the little envelope if the person that gets it doesn't like it. I just think it finishes off that side of things, makes it a little bit more interesting. Oops. Okay. So this is gonna go right over here. And then on this side, what we're gonna do is put some Post-its. And I have packs that have blue, pink, and green, but I think I'm gonna put 2 packs of green because it would be prettier than putting on the pink or the teal. I'm going to put the 2 greens with this. And I have a little pen. It's a Zebra as X grip. So the little pen is going to go like here. And this here I'm going to glue. Whoops, why did I put my scissors away? I need it for the glue. So I'm going to glue this part down. So the post-its could be replaced once they're finished by some other post-its. But this could be a fun little thing to carry in your purse for your gift when you're gift shopping and you want to make notes what you need. So this is gonna go right over here, and then I'm gonna just remove this here from that pack. Oops. And just glue both packs together. And you've got a little notepad. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the process of how I made this. It's going to be in my Etsy store in case you're interested in purchasing it. There's obviously only one, so if you're interested, don't wait. And I really like how they turned out. I think it's a really fun little gift idea, and even if it's a gift for yourself, because sometimes those are the best. So that's it for me. Go and check out the other wonderful ladies that are participating in the Take5art. You're not gonna be disappointed. And that's it for now. Bye. Oh, by the way, the card video that I usually air on Mondays is going to be on Tuesday because I did the Take 5. Okay, bye.